Hello, good morning everyone. It's Donna Gray here, your Stamping Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, Australia. Now I think I have everything working this morning, going well. Hopefully I have. Let me see if I can see if there's anyone on. So please, when you get the notification, please jump on, say hello, let me know where you've been watching from, and welcome to another lockdown live crafting session. So if this is the first time you've watched, my name is Donna Gray and I'm a Stamping Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, Australia. And I sell all things to do with paper craft to make handmade cards, scrapbooking, whatever your paper craft desire is. We sell products to be able to help you with your crafting products. So I just wanted to jump on. I'm in lockdown here at the moment due to COVID. We're in lockdown for 7 days. So I've promised that I'm going to bring a video every morning during the lockdown. So good morning. I can see I've got Deborah, I've got Ruth, I've got Roz. You're glad I've been on nightly? I know. It's sad that it's because of lockdown, but I am having some fun time. Do you know, due to it being lockdown, I had totally forgotten what day it was. And this morning, my daughter got up and she said, "Thank God it's Friday." I said, "It's not Friday, it's Thursday." And she's like, no, it's actually Friday. So I have totally lost track of the days. But you know what? We're crafting. Hi, Maswari. How you going? Hey, Sherry. Hey, Susan. And Roz, thank you for jumping on. So I had totally lost track of the days. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Lockdown to me doesn't change very much because I'm here anyway. It's just that I decided that I would come on and do crafting every day. So just for anyone else that's in lockdown or for anyone else, just to, it's Thursday in California. Well, I mean, maybe I should have said that I was in California. Yeah. So I have totally lost track of the days. So, but anyway, here in Australia, it's actually Friday morning. So I decided to jump on and do a bit of crafting with you. So as you know, our mini catalogue, our July to December mini catalogue has gone live and we are actually in celebration time. So celebration time is an awesome time to purchase any Stampin' Up products. It's also an awesome time to join Stampin' Up. So we have a special at the moment that if you actually join Stampin' Up during August and September this year, you get to choose an extra bundle on top of your $235 worth of product and you still only pay $169. So what joining Stampin' Up means is that you actually you get an ongoing discount whenever you stay current. So you start off at 20%. You can earn up to 25% discount on your products depending on how much you spend. And it's a great way to be a part of a crafty community. So if you're into crafting and you need inspiration and you like to meet other crafty people, joining Stampin' Up is all about meeting other crafty people, joining a crafty circle, and enjoying using our awesome Stampin' Up products. So if you're interested and you want to earn a discount, you don't have to sell, you don't have to demonstrate, you don't have to do any of this. You can join wholly and solely and just enjoy your discount and enjoy being a part of a crafty community. Us Wild Heart Crafters, we're all over Australia, so it doesn't matter where you live, you can actually join my team as long as you live within Australia. And we actually communicate through the wonderful world of the internet. So doing like this live videos, we have a Facebook group that we communicate in, and we get together and craft once a month at our team meeting, and we generally just inspire each other and have a great crafty time. I did have a message from one of my team members yesterday saying that she's so fortunate to be a part of our Wild Heart Crafters group because she said the community and the environment is so awesome to be a part of. And she said it's like being in one big crafty family. And that is exactly what being with Stampin' Up is all about. So enjoying your experience, but making sure that you are definitely joining under the right person, and the decision is the right decision for you. So making sure that that person that you're joining up under is going to give you exactly what you want. So not only do you get to be a part of that crafty community, you can join, everyone joins the same way, so it doesn't matter which way you join. It just depends what you want to do with your Stamping Up. And if you actually want to run your Stamping Up as a bit of a hobby business, then you can do that. You can have a couple of your friends buy from you, and you can earn commission from their orders, which gives you more to spend on your crafting products. Or you can actually start to run it as a business. And my Wild Heart Crafters team get access to my step-by-step demonstrator business training program that I do. And we do weekly business training videos, and I help them build a solid foundation to their Stampin' Up business. So we also inspire each other. My team gets my Global Creative Project tutorial bundle that is 12 top demos around the world. And one of them's on here at the moment. Maswari, she's on here at the moment. And we all create a project, and we do a step-by-step tutorial, PDF tutorial, and a matching video from 12 top demos around the world. My team get that for free. They get access to that. They get access to all of my VIP videos that I do for Stamps Club. So I spoil my team rotten. So if you're interested in joining and getting a discount, by all means, please feel free to message me, and I would be more than happy to help you out. All right, so let's get to crafting, because I'm sure that's what you're all here for. You don't want to hear me gabble on about all of this Stampin' Up news. So let's get to crafting. So the product that I've chosen to play with today is the Sweet Little Stockings stamp set and the die. So if you are a pet lover, you are going to absolutely love this gorgeous suite. And I can tell you, it's super, super cute. So, hey, I can see a lot of you are popping on now. So welcome, everybody. And I hope you're going to enjoy this crafty session. So with this gorgeous bundle, you will find this on page 31 of our catalogue. So page 31 of our catalogue, we've got the Sweet Little Stockings suite. Now, to buy the whole suite, you can purchase the whole suite for $144.75. Now, as I was just talking about joining Stampin' Up, if you actually wanted to, if you love this suite and love everything in this suite, you could pop this into your starter kit and add more products into your starter kit. You will still get the same amount of product again, just about, or actually more, and a free bundle. So in this suite, you will get the stamp set, the dies, felt sheets, the matte decorative dots, the gorgeous ribbon, and this beautiful designer series paper. So I just got everything out this morning. I have no idea what I'm actually going to use, but I just got it all out. So I got the stamp set and the gorgeous dies, and you'll get a bit of a chuckle about this. Of course, anyone that's a pet lover will understand when things like this happen. I have a cat called Theo. He's a tabby part ragdoll cat, and he's a beautiful cat, but he's a very mischievous cat. And if you can see down here on the corner, can you see the chew marks on my magnetic sheet? He decided that he wanted to taste what the magnet sheet was like. I mean, a bit scary to think that he was chewing off a bit of magnet. But anyway, anyone that's a pet lover will actually get a laugh out of that, and will totally understand how cats do that. So, okay, so we've got the stamps and the dies. I'll pop that aside. We've got the gorgeous felt sheets. And I just want to show you these felt sheets. They are super, super soft. And people have asked me, can you cut them out using your die cutting machine? And the answer is yes, you can. So they come in Old Olive, Cherry Cobbler, Whisper White, or Basic White, I should say, Bumblebee. So you can see 4 felt sheets. Yes. Cats chew on power cords. I know, and it scares you. You think, are they going to electrocute themselves? Yep, crazy cats. I'm sure that my cat thinks that he is a dog. I'm sure of it. He does dog-like characteristic things. So I'm sure that Theo thinks he's a dog. Okay, so then I actually got the designer series paper out as well. And the color palette for the designer series paper is cinnamon cider, bumblebee, evening evergreen, old olive, cherry cobbler, pool party, basic white, and basic black. So I just got the color palette out. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I just got the color palette out and I thought, well, I'll have all the colors there. And you can see this gorgeous designer series paper. So the designer series paper, you can actually cut out some images out of the designer series paper, or you can use it as a layer. You'll see that it has some gorgeous patterns. So we've got cute stockings, and yes, the actual die does cut out the stocking. And some stars on the other side. If you're a dog lover, we have a cute little dog here. We've got tiny little stockings, which are super, super cute. And you'll see that they have gorgeous patterns on both sides. So the cherry cobbler on that side. This one has just a mixture of lines. So beautiful. All right. We have gorgeous cats and dogs and cherry cobbler on that side, and a cute Christmas lights, and you can imagine, and pool party on the back. So you can see that the plain patterns on the back you could probably use for other projects other than doing things with the cats and things. But anyway, so I decided what I was going to do is take the stamp set, and I thought I will stamp some of the stockings, I'll stamp some of the cats and dogs, and then we'll have a little bit of a play. All right, so, and as you can see, I haven't used this yet, so this is my first time putting ink to this set. And actually, to tell you the truth, this lockdown crafting has done me the world of good, because it's making me use all of these sets that I haven't had a chance to use yet. So, all right, so I'm going to stamp. There's 3 different size stockings here, so let's stamp some of those on that box. That one's not going to fit on that block. We'll have to have a bigger one. So we have that one there. We have this one here. Will that one fit on there? Just, I think, yep. And this one here. Don't you just love brand new photopolymer stamps? They're just so clingy and sticky and yummy. Like, I love the first time I used them. All right, so we're going to grab our little cat face there. And we might do a little bit of colouring this morning. There's another little cat face there. Why do all my smaller blocks go to the bottom of my, oh, I could probably put that on a littler one. I fit on a little tiny one. He will. Look at that. What a cute little face. Okay, what else do I have here? Oh, that's the dog face. So we better get the dog for the dog lovers. I think the dog can fit on there. Dog face. What else have we got? Oh, I think that might be just about it. Okay, so let's grab a piece of basic white, and we might start stamping some of these. Just grab some basic white from behind me. Okay, so because we're using photopolymer stamps, I'm actually going to use my Pierce mat, because photopolymer, you don't have, and I was asked this question yesterday. Thank you for sharing, Margaret. With photopolymer, you don't have the spongy background like we do on our red rubber stamps. So because we don't have the spongy background, we always need to use something like a Pierce mat, something that's got a little bit of, and you can see here, a little bit of give in it, like a bit squishy, so that it gives us a nice crisp stamped image. Now, I don't normally use black memento for stamping images, but I am going to today, because there's a lot of things that we're going to be colouring here. So I'm going to ink up the cute little dog. Now, with black memento, I like to have my stamp up that way so I can see it and push down with the black memento to make sure that I can see that I've inked it up really, really well. And I'm going to stamp that cute little dog's face. Isn't he cute? All right, so I'm going to do the same thing again with that one. I feel like I'm going to get black ink on me here today. Okay, so we've got this cute little cat. Cute as a button. We've got this cute cat. Although that's not a cat. That's something else, isn't it? It's something like maybe a beaver or something. Yeah, it's not a cat. So there you go. I thought we had two cats, but it's not a cat. So that one there. Okay, so now with our stockings, we'll stamp one of each of those. So you can see here, by turning your stamp upside down like this, you can actually see whether you've inked it up really well. So that's why I like to do that with my stamps. And also with black memento, I tend to find that I sort of do a bit of a squishy technique rather than okay, a hamster or a mouse. It could be, I think it's a hamster. Yeah, it's not a mouse. A mouse would have probably a more pointy looking face, I would say. All right, so we've got that stocking. Now we'll go to this one. And these are brand new Photos polymer stamps, and I haven't smooshed them, so they're probably not stamping as good as what they probably could if I had inked them up beforehand. So I might end up inking these up a second time and doing them. Okay, so we'll do that one there. I might just see if I didn't get too bad of a look with the others, but I'm just going to ink up these stockings one more time because you never know. Handy to have a spare stocking. I don't actually think they're going to ink up any different. You think it's a hamster, Christine? Could be. Could be a female dog, as it looks very much like your Trudy, Nina. Okay, so I'm inking up that one a second time. Oh, that one looks better a second time. And I'm going to ink up this one a second time too, I think. Okay. We might just pop that out there. Yeah, the second time looks a lot better than the first time. So I think I'm going to use the second ones that I've inked up. All right, so now we might get to colouring a little bit. So I suppose what we could do is bring out, now the reason that I stamped in Memento was because I wanted to use my blends. So I'm going to bring out my blends. I'm going to use, I'm thinking we might try Cherry Cobbler. This is Cherry Cobbler, light Cherry Cobbler and dark Cherry Cobbler. Okay, so we might try Cherry Cobbler just in, and I'm just going to, with the light, I'm just going to colour in. I think I'm going to colour in this one. Now I am using the bullet tip end, and the reason that I'm using the bullet tip end is because with these darker red colours, I find it so much better to be able to have more control. And when you go to colour in your stamped image, you really need to only just go up to that line. You don't need to go close to that line, because you will find that our blends will actually like spread. So because of that, make sure that you don't go right up to your line, because it will actually sort of bleed a little bit onto your cardstock, and it will go through your cardstock. So just remember, that when you're coloring with your blends, that on the other side, it's going to seep through your cardstock. So make sure that you're going to adhere them onto a layer, because if you don't, you're going to see it on the back of your project. All right, so now what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of shading with the dark, just to give this a little bit of a hint of variegation with the color, more or less. And I'm going to probably go a bit darker down the bottom part here. Okay. And then what I do is I just sort of flick it out into the other part. And then I'm going to go back through with my light and just with the bullet tips, circular motions, just lay down some more ink over the top. Now, don't be scared to really lay down your ink, because the more ink that you put on, the better it ends up. I'm going to take it off that in case it seeps through. I don't want it to be on my pierce mat. But can you see there that you've got like a really nice variegated look? There should be some mittens in there. There should be. There's a little snow hat, but there's no mittens. All right, so I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to use there they are. I was going to say my Pool Party blends. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do with this bit here some light Pool Party. And you can see there I can go over the black and nothing happens because I've used my Memento ink. So a lot of questions I get asked is what color, what ink should you stamp with, and what when you're coloring. So depending on what you're coloring with, so with our blends, you definitely use the black Memento ink. So I'm going to pop it there so you know what ink I've used. And with watercoloring pencils or on watercoloring paper or aqua painters, you use our Stays On Black. So our Stays On Black is an alcohol ink, and so you generally tend to use the opposite to what you're coloring with. So as a golden rule, just remember to use the opposite to what you're coloring with, and you should have no problems. So because our blends are alcohol based, we use a water based ink to do our lined images. Okay, so you can see there, I've just left the middle light again, and I'm just going to go back through with my light and go right over the top in circular motions, especially where that light and the dark meet. And that's how you get a really, really good blended image. And you can see there that I'm laying down a fair bit of ink over the top of that to make that have that blending action. And you can keep going back through. You could also use your color lifter to get that to lighten a little bit as well. My nails are beautiful. Thank you. I've had a new lady that is doing my nails, and yes, I'm very, very happy with them. All right, so I'm now going to try, do I have Old Olive? Where is my Old Olive? What's that one? That's Mossy Meadow. I want Old Olive. I feel like I don't. Granny Apple Green. Granny Apple Green. My Old Olive blends are not here. So we might have to use a little bit of Mossy Meadow. Anyway, I'll use light Mossy Meadow or Granny Apple Green I might use in place of it. Granny Apple Green's a little bit brighter than what I want, but it will be okay. All right, so I'm just going to do, I've got that one, I'll do this one here. I'm going to do that in our light Granny Apple Green. So I'm using the brush tip end for this bit because it's a larger area and I've got more control. Now I'm going to do the same thing again with the dark in the Granny Apple Green. I'm going to go through that top section I'm going to go down the sides, around that bottom part, down here, and then flicking in towards the center, like that. And then I'll go back over it with my light and the bullet tip end. And you may be able to see with this one, because it's a larger stocking, you may be able to see how you end up getting just the inside part of your stocking looks a little bit lighter, but you can see the more I go over with that light, the more you'll see that those will start to blend in. Okay. So you can see there that it's now blended, and as it dries, it will blend even more. All right. I'm going to use the Pool Party, I think, again on top of that, because it's just such a nice lighter color. And on the toe of the stocking. Good evening, Amy from the US. How are you? Thank you for joining. So once again, go in with that darker bit. So I've laid down the light, gone in with the darker bit, flicking in, and then back over with my bullet tip in circular motions and laying down a fair bit of ink to make that blend. So on the tip here, I'm going to go where that pattern is and then down through the tip. And then flicking in from the sides and then back over with my light. Circular motions with that bullet tip. Who struggles with colouring? Who feels like colouring is a hard thing when it comes to your crafting? All right. And our big stocking, I think I might do the big stocking in the whole 3 colours in stripes. What do you think? So once again, because I've got confined little areas, I'm just going to use the bullet tip with my light cherry cobbler. I'm probably not going to blend with these ones. I'm probably just going to use the light all the way over. Okay, so I'm just going to do the light cherry cobbler stripes. Then I'm going to come back through with my light Pool Party. I probably could have used dark Pool Party, but we'll just do the light. And the light granny apple green. You love colouring, but your craft is still all packed away, Margaret. That's a shame. Hey, Jenny, how you going? Peggy, you're listening to me while you're making dinner. Okay, so colouring then with the light granny apple green. So I tend to use the bullet tip for blending and also for confined smaller areas. Okay, so we've got that. And I think the top I'm going to do in Pool Party again with the light first. So now you'll see I'm using the brush tip because it's a bigger area. Brush tip just makes it easier to cover a larger space. Got to be very gentle with your brush tip though. And I'm just going to pop a little bit down in those pieces. Very careful with your brush tip because they are quite delicate. So make sure that you don't press too hard with that brush tip because you can damage them very, very easily. And back over with the light in circular motions to get that to blend. And there you have it. 3 cute stockings. All right, so let's pop those away so I don't end up with things everywhere. And I think I'm going to use the cinnamon cider for the cat. I mean, even though my cat is a grey cat, we might use cinnamon cider. I don't know. We might use some greys. We better do a grey cat because Theo is grey. Let's do our smoky slate. Is that what I've got? Dark smoky slate, light smoky slate. I've got our cinnamon cider. And I might actually use crumb cake as well. I'm just popping these away so that I don't end up in a mess. And I've got my light crumb cake, is that right? Dark crumb cake and light crumb cake. Okay, so let's get to colouring these cute little cats and things. All right, so this one's little Theo. So I'm going to go through with the light smoky slate and I'm going to use the brush tip end because it's a fairly big area that I can cover with that large tip. But I'm barely touching the cardstock with that brush tip. So I'm using the tip, but I'm using it sideways so that I'm not going to damage the tip. And his little paws. Okay, now Theo's a tabby cat, so we need to put some stripiness in here. And you know what? I'm actually not going to blend that. I'm just going to leave it like it is because he's quite tabby and quite stripy. So we'll do that. Now on the little beaver, I don't know, what colour do you reckon a beaver is? Oh, they've got him as cinnamon cider. So we might do that. We'll use our light cinnamon cider. Actually, I feel like I'm going to use light cinnamon cider and maybe some crumb cake because I feel like this is a little bit darker than I wanted. Maybe our dark crumb cake. And maybe our light. Yeah, that looks cute. What do you think? Cute. We'll just blend that a little bit more. So I've used light cinnamon cider around the outside. I've used, it could be a guinea pig, Nina. That could be it too. It looks a little bit like a guinea pig, doesn't it? A hamster in the US. Well, there you go. Kathy says it's a hamster in the US. All right. Now, with our dog, I think we're just going to do, we might do light crumb cake. And we're just going to do him that he's going to have white coming down through there. Is he going to have white feet or is he going to have crumb cake feet? What do you think? White feet or crumb cake feet? I'm thinking crumb cake. I'm thinking he needs crumb cake feet. There. Okay. And we might do a little bit of dark just down through his ears there. And maybe a little bit just there. And then go back through with our light to tone that in. He's cute too. I'm not a dog lover. I've never been a dog lover. And the reason why is I've always been scared of dogs. So they've never been high on my favorite list. But I'm getting better as I get older. I'm not as bad as what I was when I was younger, but I was petrified of dogs. Who else was scared of dogs when they were young? And I don't know whether it was because I was, as a child, I was quite small. I'm still quite small. I'm quite short. And whether the dogs just scared me because sometimes their size, I don't know. But anyway, I wasn't very fond of dogs, I can tell you. So we've got our dies to cut those out. So we'll be able to cut those out. Okay, so let's bring in the cut and emboss. And we'll see how many things we can cut out at once. Let's turn that over there. Okay. And yes, you can go mad on me. I've got my Big Shot magnetic plate once again. I apologize, but it's my favorite for cutting things out. That and that one. We might just do the stockings first and we'll go back through and do the dogs. So making sure I've got those lined up as good as I possibly can because I can't get my head right into the camera. So I do apologize if I don't get it exactly where it should be, but okay, that and a plate over the top and we will be good to go. Okay, so let's run that one through. Okay. Oh, and one of those did move a bit, but that's okay. We've got our cute little stockings. And that one. I think I'm going to have to trim that down. It did move a bit. Okay, so now our cute little dog faces. I'm going to cut that so that I might be able to maneuver it on my plate a little bit better. There. It'll be easier in the middle. Okay, so we have our cute little cat. There. We have our dog. I think is that one there. Yep. And I'm gonna, oh, the little beaver, can we get that one in there? Will it fit? It will. I didn't think it would, but it will. And it's gonna move, so I'm not gonna do that one because of my magnets. Okay, so we've got that. We'll run that one through. Sherry says, I make it look so easy. You know what, Sherry? It comes with practice. And honestly, I think people are probably too hard on themselves when it comes to crafting. I'm not really that judgmental when it comes to my crafting. Like, honestly, it's crafting. It's handmade. There's no mistakes in crafting. So, you know what? Just own it, be proud of it, and go with it. Because there's a lot of people out there that would not be able to even know the first thing about starting to make a handmade card. So, and I can tell you that whoever you're giving, you guess I glue the magnetic plate to the base plate and it works really well. That sounds good, Nina. Yeah, so the magnetic plate that they actually did sell with it. that they recalled. Is that what you're saying, Nina? All right. So there we go. We've got our little bits and pieces cut out. Pop that out of the way. Okay, so how cute are these? These here are going to go like this, like they're hanging out of the stockings. How cute are they? Look at that. And I gather the little beaver is going to hang out of the little one. Look at that. Easy as. So my magnetic plate was when we used to sell them, Susan. So when we used to sell them, when we used to sell the big shop machine. Okay, so I'm just going to trim these because I have actually, the die did move a little bit. So I'm just going to, now this is what you can do. If you find your die moves a little bit and you end up with too big of a white section with your die cut, just fussy cut a little bit and see, straight away, it looks like it cut the way it should. And this one here moved a little bit as well. So I'm just going to trim that down a little bit to take away that excess white. There we have it. All right. So there we have our 3 cute little stocking people. All right. So let's do, who wants to vote on the card base color? So I've got all these colors out here. What color card base do you think we should use? And I'm going to use some of the designer series paper. So we have this as our color palette. So you can see here we've got Pool Party, we've got Cinnamon Cider. Let's vote on the card base color and the designer series paper. I'm actually going to use, I want to turn it over and use this side. Okay. So which one out of these? Pool Party, says Susan. So we could use a Pool Party base. Okay. So we could use a Pool Party base. You know what? Okay, I'm going to use these 2 pieces of designer series paper. I have a thought. Okay. Janet's saying dark green. We're saying stars. I really like the Pool Party. I think what I'm going to do is we could use that. We could maybe go that. Are you ready for this? Okay, so I'm going to go that. I'm going to use the Pool Party. I'm also going to use, I think, some cherry cobbler, maybe. Let's see what we can do. So let's do the Evening Evergreen base. I want to use some of this. So I want to use, I'm going to do a cherry cobbler layer. So I'm just going to grab my paper trimmer and cut a layer. There's actually a die in here that I think is super cute. So we may be able to use the die. We've got to use the ribbon, of course. You like the DSP with the curly bits on it, Karen? Okay, so 3 3/4 there. And 5 1/2. Okay, so I've got that. Now, there is actually a cute new embossing folder that I have here, which we might use it because I think of when I'm going to use this. It's called the Macrame 3D embossing folder, but it reminds me of like a knitted jumper or jacket type of thing. So I think I'm going to use that on my cherry cobbler base. So let's do that. Okay. Now for that, I'm going to need my cut and emboss again. And this time I'm going to need my base plate, which is my number 1, and just my grey plate. So now with our embossing folders, you always use the fold going through your embossing folder first. We have this awesome line on our embossing folders that we can line up our piece of cardstock to make sure you get your cardstock nice and straight. We're going to put the fold going through our rollers of our cut and emboss, and then we're going to use just the grey plate on top. And the reason that we're doing that is this is a 3D embossing folder. So because of it being a 3D embossing folder, you just need the 3D embossing plate and the base plate, and that is it. And you're going to see how awesome this looks. Look at this. Can you see that? How awesome is that? All right. So I'm going to do that. Okay. I need a pool party layer in behind that. So hang on, and I grab a pool party. Where did I put all my card bases? There. Just going to grab a pool party layer and pop in behind that just to show off that embossed layer a little bit more. So we're just going to do 1/8 of an inch so we get a slither of that in behind that we can see. Okay. All right. So we have that. We have that. So you can see there, we're going to get that nice pool party look, and we're going to have that nice embossed look. So just going to glue that together. Hey, Kayla, how you going? You love this bundle? Yeah, it's cute, isn't it? For all the animal lovers, I think you're absolutely, it's a must-have. And as I said, the whole suite is it's less than $145. You could pop it into a starter kit today and join and enjoy a 20% discount. So I'm using my multi-purpose liquid, my Tombow, so that I can have that wiggle room. All right. Now I think what I want to do is there's a die in here that is this here, like a ribbon type of thing. So I think I want to pop that with the pool party in behind my cute stockings. So I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to cut a piece of that off so it's easier to cut through the die cutting machine. I'm just going to cut like a 3-inch strip. All right, so that's going to fit that on there nicely. So I'm going to bring in the cut and emboss again. And we'll cut that out. So who else is crafting today? Let me know. What are you crafting? What are you creating today? What are you playing with? Okay, so now I'm actually going to put that on a bit of an angle. What is happening here? Have I frozen? Let me see. I'm not frozen there. Have I frozen? Can anyone type into the comments and let me know whether I've frozen? Because you're saying that I'm not frozen here. Okay, well, I'm going to keep going because what I'm seeing is frozen. I have no idea why. It's scary if I do anything here. Anyway, I'm just going to keep going and let me know in the comments. If it freezes at any time, please let me know, because what I'm seeing on my screen is frozen, but what I'm seeing in Zoom, it's moving. Can you see me die cutting that that tag? All right, so I'm going to pop that back on there. And we're going to bring that in. All right, so I'm going to, with these cute little stockings, do I want to do it that way? I feel like I want to do it that way. I feel like I want to get these all lined up and good to go. So I'm actually going to, just on the tip of that, I'm going to bring in one of my silicone mats. And just on the tip of that stocking, I'm actually going to run like a little tiny bit of glue just on the tip of that stocking. So right along that top edge. And then I'm just going to pop my little dog. Like so. All right. Then I'm going to grab my little cat. I'm going to do the same thing there again. So I'm going to a bit of glue just along that top and then pop my little cat there. And then our little hamster or guinea pig or whatever we're going to call him, he's going to be hanging out here in that stocking there. All right. Okay, so I have no idea why on my restream it's totally frozen, but anyway, I'm going to keep going. You're saying that you can see me and I can see your comments. I'm going to keep going. The silicone mat is the best money you've spent. You have 2 of them and you use them all the time, Jeanette. I know it is the best thing in my craft room as well. Only I put it glue down and I'm probably going to have glue on my desk there now. But anyway, I had glue on the other side. All right, so we're going to arrange these cute little stockings on here. And I want to use some of the ribbon. This ribbon is gorgeous ribbon. So I definitely want to use some of the ribbon. Okay, I feel like we can pop them there like that. And I feel like I want to do a zigzag of the ribbon. So I'm going to do a zigzag of the ribbon here. So I'm going to use some of my Seal Plus on the back. I just want to do like a cute zigzaggy ribbon underneath there. Like that, and then pop that over the top like that. Yeah, I think that's going to look cute. All right, so I'm going to grab my Seal Plus. Now, carefully, I'm going to run some Seal Plus down here. And when I say carefully, very carefully, because it is an embossed layer. So because it's an embossed layer, it can actually pull up. And can you see there? It actually started to pull up some of that embossing. So you've got to be very light-handed if you're going to do this. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm just going to lay down my ribbon into there and just zigzag it backwards and forwards in behind that. Like that. Like that. And I do actually let me see. That's looking cute. I do actually want a little bit more Seal Plus down there just to pop that into. Okay, and cut it off. So we've got the zigzaggy ribbon. It might be better that way. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one here needs to come out a little bit more. So this is the beauty of the Seal Plus. See, we need to have it coming out further. So I'm just going to rearrange that again. So we're going to have it that's coming right out to the edges there, right out to the edge there. Okay. And then that's going to sit on there. Cute as a button. All right, so now I'm going to glue this little one down. I'm going to glue the two larger ones down, and I'm going to pop this one up, I think. So let's pop some Tombow just on that one. He can go just there. This one, just there. And this cute little fella popped up there. So we're just going to grab some dimensionals and pop him up. And then we've got to put a sentiment on here too. So I've popped the dimensional to over where the little beaver is connected to the stocking. All right. And then that actually will hold the little beaver's head there together. Okay, so we've got that happening. I'm going to bring that down a little bit so that we can see more of that. That's looking cute. All right. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals and pop some dimensionals on the back of this. My screen has totally frozen with my restream. Totally frozen. And I don't know whether to, let's go here. I don't know whether to change it or not. It's totally frozen. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to use some of these edge bits of my dimensionals on the back. And I like to use the edge bits because you can get further with them. That and that. I'll pop a couple of dimensionals just in the middle. Okay, because we want this tag to definitely sit up and look nice on the card. So I've totally lost everyone's messages. I think I have. Someone type in the comments because I'm not getting any more messages for some reason. Technology. But you know what? We're making a cute card and hopefully I'm still going. Okay, so I'm just going to pop him just there like that on there. And then that's going to pop onto there, which it's looking super cute. So now we need a sentiment here to go along with this, which I think is just going to finish it off totally. Okay, so what have we got as far as sentiments? You can hear and see me well. Okay, I'm still here. Apparently, you just all went quiet. So I was like, oh, have I gone? Santa Paws is coming to town. I think that looks cute. Let's do that. Santa Paws is coming to town. Yes, I can see your message, Karen, but, you know, I don't know. It's doing weird things. It's not showing on my screen what I'm doing. So it's like I'm crafting blind at the moment. I can't see the stream. You were listening to me. Well, at least you were listening to me. I would have been awfully sad had you left, but anyway. I feel like I want to do, is that one going to fit on there? I think it will. I feel like I want to do some heat embossing on this because I don't want to leave you just yet. So let's try that. Let's grab some white embossing powder because I think the black and white sentiment is going to really make it pop. Okay, so let's use my embossing buddy and my Versamark. And hopefully this is going to fit on this black strip. Santa Paws is coming to town. How cute is that? Okay, so now we're going to grab, we'll just use that scrap piece there. We'll put some white on there. And of course, I don't have my heat gun plugged in, but I will get that and quickly plug it in. Okay, so, oh, that's better. Okay, so we've got that. And hopefully that's going to be big enough to, yes, it will. Pop the embossing powder back in. I just think black with white, you couldn't get a word in edgeways because I'm talking. Well, I mean, I can't hear you talking back. So, you know, it would be awfully boring if you couldn't hear me at all, wouldn't it? If I wasn't saying, I actually watched a video, to tell you the truth, I watched a video this morning and this lady was doing a video and she was not talking at all. And it was totally different. It wasn't anything to do with crafting, but she wasn't talking at all. And I was like, this video is so boring. Like she could have at least had some music or something, but it was so boring. I mean, I was watching what she was doing, but it was a video to do with my new fun thing that I've decided to do with paint pouring and resin pouring. So, but yeah, I was excited to see what she was making, but yeah, it was a little bit boring with no commentary. Santa Paws is coming to town. Sorry, that was probably off screen, but there you go. Now, doesn't that look super awesome? How stunning that sentiment looks. So I'm actually just going to trim it like that so that it's got a bit of a quirky, different look to it. And then if we pop it down here, how cute does that look? All right, where's my dimensionals? So yeah, if there's anything that's good that's come out of this this lockdown is that I'm crafting every day with you all. You think you tickled Glenda's fancy, hey? All right, so I sort of don't really want to cover up. I feel like, oh, I'm going to take off some of that. I want it to hang over. Can I take off some of that? No, I can't. Okay. It's going to have to cover that. I didn't really want it to cover. Okay, we might just do it down here. I just didn't want it to cover that. Okay, so now because we've got a fair bit of dimension happening here, I suppose we should just glue it straight down onto the card base. Or otherwise we're never going to fit it in an envelope. But anyway, all right, so we're going to go like that. And then we have these gorgeous decorative matte dots, which I think are absolutely so stinking cute. Okay, so now let's add a bit more color to this. So seeing as we used the evening evergreen, we might do old olive. We might do bumblebee. If I can get that off. Come off. We might do evening evergreen. We could do cherry cobbler. And I'm thinking I don't like to use even numbers. Okay, let's use another old olive just down here. There you go. What do you think? Do you think this bundle is so stinking cute? What do you think? The sweet little Stockings stamp set. So we could even make them cuter, and you could pop like a cute little Santa's hat on the dog maybe. But I think it's a pretty cute, awesome set. What do you think? All right, so that's my crafting for today. So thank you very much for joining me for my lockdown crafting and keeping me sane. So it has been a super fun morning with you. I will catch you all again tomorrow. So please, everybody, stay safe. As I said, everything that I'm using at the moment can be purchased in a starter kit. So if you're interested in joining my team, I would love to invite you to my Wild Heart Crafters team. There's quite a few of my Wild Heart Crafters on here this morning. So if you wanted to get a discount on your products, awesome deal at the moment, $235 worth of product, and you only pay $169, plus you get to choose a free bundle as well. Plus you get to earn free celebration items on all of your orders afterwards, and you earn a 20% discount as well. So my question is, if your order is going to be more than $169, please decide to come and join my crafty community called the Wild Heart Crafters. So thank you, everybody, and I will see you all